This is WCPO 9 News.
Thanks for joining us for WCPO 9 News. I'm Tanya O'Rourke. Here's a look at some of today's top stories. The Ohio State University will require all students, staff, and faculty members to be vaccinated against COVID-19. It's the first mandate of its kind in our area and in Ohio. University leaders set a deadline of October 15th for everyone to have at least their first dose. President Joe Biden addressed the nation Tuesday afternoon. He applauded the House for their procedural rule vote that advanced his domestic infrastructure agenda and their moves on the Voting Rights Act. He then turned toward evacuations out of Afghanistan, saying the U.S. is on pace to meet the deadline. But he says he has asked the Pentagon and the State Department to prepare contingency plans should troops need to be in Afghanistan beyond August 31st. The president said the longer they're on the ground, the more risky the operation becomes. Both people who put a 6-year-old's body in the Ohio River now wait to learn how long they will spend in prison. James Hamilton changed his plea to guilty of kidnapping, child endangerment, and gross abuse of a corpse. Prosecutors say he helped his girlfriend, Brittany Gosney, get rid of her son James' body in February. She pleaded guilty last week to killing the little boy. Now, before court, Hamilton's family told us they think it was all her idea.
You all can't sit here and make him out the monster that he's not.
To hold that body in a room for hours on end, in a cold room so it wouldn't decompose, and they could think through what they were going to do and how would they dispose of that body. And tying him up to a brick and driving miles to the Ohio River and throwing his body in, that's not monstrous conduct.
Brittany Gosney pleaded guilty to murder last week. Hamilton faces 15 to 19 years in prison. Let's get a check of this very hot forecast. Here's Raven Richard.
So that hot air will stick around with us for the next several days on out. We also do still have an air quality alert that will last through Wednesday now. So if you're sensitive to the air out there, make sure you limit your time outdoors. Highs for your Wednesday expecting to be into the low 90s, pretty similar to what we saw for Tuesday. But our feels like temperatures, they'll also be on the hot side. We'll feel like more than 100 for a lot of places, but then into the 90s as we head into the next several days on out. And here's a look at that 9-day forecast for us. We have smaller chances of rain, though, the closer we get to the weekend.